Hi everybody, and thanks for tuning in to this week's yoga video. This week we had a request to do a yoga video that would help to strengthen the posterior chain. So we're talking about the glutes, the hamstrings, the back body strength. So that's what we're going to be doing today. When you're ready, have a seat on your mat and let's get started. So coming into a comfortable seated position, roll your shoulders back and turn your palms to face up. Let your hands rest on your thighs and go ahead and close your eyes. Relax the space between your eyebrows as you take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your lungs with as much air as you possibly can, and then exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Go. Just letting go of any stress, any tension that you're carrying with you today that you don't need right now. Another deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. One last time, deep breath in, all the way in through your nose, filling up your lungs with as much air as you can. And exhale through your mouth. Just let go of whatever it is that's holding you back. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart position and just take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. So an intention is just a positive, simple statement. And when you're ready, let's get started. So let's begin in child's pose. To come into child's pose, you're just gonna roll over your knees. And your knees can be together, hip distance, or wide leg child's pose, whatever you'd like to do. You rest your head on the mat, reach your arms out in front of you, and then press into your palms until you feel a good stretch through your armpits. And begin to belly breathe. So as you breathe in, you feel your belly against your thighs as it expands, and then as you exhale, your belly button draws in towards your spine as you empty the lungs. Reach your hips back towards your heels, reach your arms further away from you. Settle in here, another deep breath in. And full breath out. And then as you inhale, round forward onto all fours and slowly make your way onto your stomach. So, you're going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, placing your hands parallel to each other, your forearms parallel as well. Roll your shoulders back and use your back body strength as you come into sphinx pose. So what I mean by that is don't push into your arms and then just sink in like I'm doing here. You really want to instead imagine that your arms aren't even on the ground and you're using your back body strength. You're lifting up with your back muscles. And then the hands come down and they're just kind of resting here. You're not pushing in them to lift up. You're just resting the hands down and using your back strength to lift you up. Doesn't matter how high you go. We really don't care about height. We just care about engaging those upper back muscles, engaging the middle back muscles to lift your chest up off the mat. We're just gonna hold here for a sec. And then exhale, come down, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows back behind you. I want you to curl your toes and press your knees into the mat. And then from here, activate your core strength. So what I mean by that is imagine that you're going to do a push-up and you're going to be very flat here and very stiff like a board, and go ahead and do that reverse push-up. And then we'll slowly come halfway down and another reverse push-up. So now we're starting to warm up the arm muscles here. Come halfway down, push up. You want your elbows straight back behind you or coming down to 90 degrees. Push up and 90 degrees. Push up. 2 more. Push up, and last one here. Push up. Good. Go into child's pose, and I'm just going to talk for a sec while you're in child's pose. So we really want to, when we come down, we want to make sure that your back is very flat and that your shoulders are not crunching up by your ears or rounding forward. You really want to have that 90 degrees in your elbows. You're magnetizing your elbows, and then press up. So you're taking a breather here in child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully through your mouth. And we're going to come forward and do 5 more of those push-ups. Now, if you are pretty strong, you can do your push-ups the regular way, bringing your knees off the mat. Otherwise, stay with your knees on the mat. We're going to come halfway down, but use your toes to send yourself forward first. Then come halfway down, push up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down, child's pose. Deep breath in, full breath out. And as you inhale, round forward, slowly come all the way down onto your belly. Elbows underneath your shoulders, hands come down. Use your back strength to lift yourself up. So even pick up your elbows and just see what happens here. You should stay the same height. Gently release hands underneath the shoulders, press back, child's pose. Inhale, round forward onto all fours, curl your toes and lift up for downward facing dog. So first one of the day, and you can do anything you need to do in order to warm up. Bicycle the legs out, wiggle around, shake your head. And then find your way slowly into stillness. Invite your heels to come down, but if they don't get there, don't worry about it. And from here, lift your right leg high. Step your right foot to the front of the mat. You're gonna bend your left knee about halfway. Rise up, hands to your heart. So as we're here, we're gonna hold this for a second. As we're here, the majority of my weight here is in my right heel, and I'm really sitting low, maybe about 90 degrees, and I'm feeling that all of this here is alive and awake and turned on. So you really want to fire up the hamstring muscles here. So sit low and really press through your right heel. As you inhale, lift your arms. As you exhale, fingers come down, just the fingers. Then you're going to use your back strength, back body strength, to press into that right heel to lift your left leg off the ground. Now I want your hips to stay flat, so reach back with your hand and just check to make sure that you aren't up like this. We want the hips flat. To do that, spread your left toes and guide the toes pointed down towards your mat. Inner left thigh spins up to the sky. As you inhale, step your feet together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, knees together, feet together. Sit low, utkatasana, chair pose. So we all know chair pose. We have a long spine, we're not arching. We have a long spine, tailbone is tucked, majority of the weight in the heels. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, come to stand. Hands come to your heart, look down at your feet. We're gonna take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance with the toes pointed slightly out away from us. From here, you're gonna imagine that you're gonna sit back onto a chair. So you're gonna lead with your butt and try not to arch your back. You may arch your back a little bit just to get there, but once you're there, we're gonna fix it. So let's bring the hands out in front of us. Imagine that you're sitting back onto that chair. So you're guiding, lead with your butt. Majority of the weight is in your heels, sitting here. And now just tuck your tailbone ever so slightly. And you can even lift your toes up just to make sure the majority of the weight is in your heels. Sit low and breathe. Now all of the back body muscles here in the legs should be turned on. They're fired up. Three more breaths. Inhale, rise, hands to your heart. Bring your feet together, knees together, utkatasana, chair pose. Squeezing your legs together, try not to arch the back.
Majority of the weight is in your heels. You should be able to look down and see your toes. Inhale, come to stand. Put all of the weight on your left foot and slowly step back with your right foot. Once you get there, you're gonna bend the back leg halfway. So now we're in that same position we were in on the other side. The majority of the weight is going to be in your left heel, and you're gonna turn on the hamstrings in your left leg. So you can even lift your left toes if you need to. Press through your heel. From here, lift your arms. Fingertips come down. Use back body strength to press through your left heel and lift your right leg. You want to make sure that your right hip is in line with your left hip, so don't let it lift up and open up. Reach back and touch the backs of your hips just to make sure they're in line. Right toes are spread, inner right thigh spins up towards the sky, and then when you're ready, step your feet together, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up with a flat back, arms up overhead, hands to your heart. Heel toe your feet apart, feet a little bit wider than hip distance, toes pointed slightly out away from you, arms out in front. Roll your shoulders back, rise up onto your toes. Try not to lean back, try to be as tall as you can, and then gently come down so you're completely flat-footed. Then from here, doing that same thing, imagining that you have a chair behind you, you're gonna lead with your butt and sit back onto that imaginary chair. As you're doing this, intend to tuck your tailbone just a little bit. You wanna keep like the natural curvature of your spine. So you really don't wanna arch your back too much, but you also don't wanna tuck your tailbone too much. Just a slight tuck so you maintain that lumbar curve. The majority of the weight is in your heels. You can even lift your toes if you need to. And when you're ready, come to stand and then forward fold. From here, you're gonna step back with your left foot, and then with your right, we're gonna lower all the way down onto the ground. And from here, you're gonna come up onto your knees and find your way into all fours. So wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one long line, knees underneath the hips. Curl your toes, and then from here, you're gonna lift your right leg with your right foot flexed and gently pump the heel up towards the sky. So we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Keep pressing, 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 pressing up, and gently release. Do the same thing on the other side, so just lift, spread the toes, and then when you're ready, we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Keep pressing up through your heel, press, 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 and gently release. From here, you're gonna come forward onto your belly, arms by your side. You're gonna lift your arms, peel your chest up off the mat, and then spread your toes, activate your legs so your leg muscles are turned on, and then peel your legs up off the mat as well. So you're lifting as high as you can, holding, 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 lifting high, getting as long as you can, and gently release. You can stack your forearms and rest your forehead for just a sec. Take a deep breath in and out. We're gonna do the same thing, but with the arms out in front. So arms out in front, lift your arms, peel the chest up, activate your legs, spread the toes, and lift your legs as well. Legs can be about hip distance, no wider, and keep lifting up, using all of the muscles in your back body. Lifting as high as you can, getting as long as you can, spreading the toes, spreading the fingers, lift, 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 higher, 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 higher. Keep those leg muscles engaged and gently release. You can cross the forearms and rest your forehead. As you inhale, bring your arms out in front. We're gonna do right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. So start with the right arm, left leg lifted. And then we're gonna just hover the left arm and right leg off the mat. So the right arm and left leg is really high, and the left arm and right leg is just slightly off the ground. Then switch. Spread the toes, spread the fingers, and switch. Spread the toes, spread the fingers, switch. And switch. And then we'll go a little bit faster. We're going to go for 10, 9 each side, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Hands underneath your shoulders, elbows straight back behind you, child's pose. As you inhale, round forward onto all fours, curl your toes and lift up for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high, send the left foot to the front of the mat. Step up with your right foot, and then sit so low you come to sit down on the mat. Legs out in front, arms out in front, slowly lower down. Finding your way into Shavasana, letting your arms come off the mat, palms facing up. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a deep breath in and out. And then scan your body from your head to your toes. Letting this pose be effortless as your body soaks up all the good things you just did. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes. So let your body totally relax. And I'll let you know when the 5 minutes is up. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and slowly roll over to your right side. From here, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a second to repeat your intention to yourself. And then when you're ready, seal in your practice with Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this is helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below in the comment section. I'll do my best to be in touch. And if you're interested in pre-ordering my book, Namaste, it is now available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and indiebound.org. And our Namaste book tour kicks off October 25th in New York City. We'll be hitting a bunch of great cities all around the US, and I'll put the link below as well.